Uber may be charging American Express users more money than people using other credit cards. Look at this. So I'm on TikTok right now. I actually saw this video and I'm gonna play, and you can see that right now because I have it paused. She has her American Express credit card on the Uber app, and the ride's roughly about 33 bucks. But then, once she goes in, changes her credit card to a Visa, boom, in real time, $20.33. More than a $10 difference. And as you can imagine, absolutely frustrating and absolutely insane. And when I go to the comments, I was kind of scrolling through these, as you can see, like class action lawsuit loading, all these different ones, this one I thought was really interesting. The T, or the reason why, is because American Express Platinum card members get $15 a month back in Uber credits. So what they're doing is they're advertising it as a benefit, when in turn they're actually charging to make up for the loss that they're giving in credit. What a scam. Now, things are a bit vague here. Looking at this, I'm on upgradedpoints.com. You can see that right now, if you have the Platinum card with American Express, you now get Uber One membership credits. So you basically can get Uber One for free. It's roughly about 10 bucks a month or $96 per year. You get discounts on rides, all that kind of stuff. So when I go down here, you can see that one of the new benefits, like I said, is the Uber One perk worth up to about $120 annually. But in addition, and this is, again, another of those interesting things, like I just showed you with that comment on TikTok, is that the Amex Platinum card has long already offered another Uber perk, up to $200 in Uber cash. So you can see here that to receive this benefit, just add your Amex Platinum card as a payment method in your Uber account. Then you receive the $15, like I showed you in that comment, 15 bucks in Uber cash automatically in your account each month, though you receive a $20 bonus in December. And it's very interesting because then, like, say when I go to Reddit, I saw this, right? Because I was kind of curious, like, let me see what other people are saying about this. Someone said here that they stumbled upon a reel. Could have been the one we just saw. Could be a different one, because a lot of people are talking about this. That they stumbled upon a reel where Uber rates were higher when you use your Amex card. Going down here, kind of defeats the purpose, like everyone's talking about. So if you get $15 in credit each month, it kind of negates it, right? It's almost like you're not getting any credit at all, like that person was saying in the comment, But then you see different things here. Ironically, my Amex gave me a cheaper rate in Australia versus my sister's phone when she was doing a Visa payment. I've noticed this with Uber in general. When I received a gift card, all my rates were higher than my significant other's account with no gift card or credit. And you can see all these different people having different reactions to this. A lot of them kind of on the same line, where it's like, whether it's credit that you're getting from Uber, whether it's a gift card. People are saying, I noticed this when I went to Nashville, so I took Lyft instead. Always check both Lyft and Uber, of course, And, I rarely use Uber for rides, but I do cash in my $15 once a month. It's 15 bucks at the restaurant, $22 with the Uber Eats app. I think that's a little different, I will say. I think Uber Eats is in a bit of a different category because a lot of times restaurants, more on their end, because Uber just take out a big cut of the fee from restaurants. So restaurants do naturally upcharge for a lot of their items. You can see here that these are things that a lot of people are saying, like, man, like, it's just kind of ridiculous because Uber's charging people more money if they have credit, whether it's an Amex Platinum card, like we're mainly talking about in this video, but even potentially, like, say, a gift card and more. Now, there's a lot to unpack here, but here's the main thing. Here's kind of the main issue with this, among a lot of different things. Uber always tests people and tries to figure out, I will say Lyft does do this too, but I think it's more on Uber's end, where they try to figure out what I'm going to call the JND, or the just noticeable difference. Big thing in psychology, where basically if you go into a room and it's 70 degrees, if I turn it up to 71, do you notice? If I turn it up to 72, do you notice? And after a certain period of time, you may be like at 73 degrees, oh yeah, I notice it's warmer, for example. Uber does this as well. They try to figure out, like, okay, from this particular person, how much can we charge? I've mentioned this in some videos, and actually in a lot of videos, how the dynamic pricing of Uber, I think, is a really unfortunate part about it. I mean, if you think about it, we're all used to this weird fact that if I go out to take an Uber that I've taken 50 times before, 100 times, it is inevitable that that price is going to be different than what I'm normally paying. And yes, we are kind of used to this in some ways. Like if you go to get gas, it fluctuates a little bit per gallon. Same thing in other situations, like say when there's inflation, but with Uber, it's a huge spectrum. And I might as well say Lyft as well, although I've noticed Uber is definitely more all over the place, if I'd word it like that. And I've said this before, the first time I really noticed this, me and one of my friends were going out. We were ordering an Uber from her place. And I remember being like, oh, to go there, and I can't remember the exact amount, but it was something like this. I remember being like, in order to go from Playa del Rey to Hermosa Beach Pier, it was $15. And I was like, hey, you know what? $15, that's not bad. And she goes, Mark, it's not $15. And I'm like, yes, it is. She pulled up her phone. Turns out her Uber account was charging her $25 for the same ride. And I was like, wait a minute, that's a $10 difference. That's a good amount, right? That's kind of ridiculous. And I was like, you know what? Maybe when I ordered it and the 5 minutes later when she checked it, maybe it surges. Maybe there was something happened. I don't know. So we both closed out our Uber app at the exact same time, in the exact same location, put in the exact same destination. We both pulled it up for some reason. And again, I don't know why. Hers was $10 more. Hers was about, I think by that point, it was starting to surge a little bit. So hers was charging her $26 and for me, only $16. So I was like, all right, I'll just get the Uber this time because why are they charging you $16 more? Now, when I posted that video, some people's theory was, which could be potentially the case, and again, this does relate very much so into this whole Amex situation, that it was her house. So one theory is maybe what Uber does is they're like, hey, well, because I'm visiting her and it's not my house, maybe it's not as much of a need for me to have to order it. But for her, because she orders it there all the time, maybe Uber sees, well, you do order from here all the time. Maybe we can charge you more because we know you're going to order it no matter what. This is another thing that a lot of people have noticed when it comes to airlines. That, for example, if let's say you pull up a given flight, you're booking a flight. If you keep booking up that same flight and those cookies get saved in your computer, airlines will charge you more, which is why, huge pro tip, when you're, like, say, ordering a ticket when it comes to flying, always pull up incognito. So there's none of that kind of back end already kind of stored in your computer where airlines see, you're trying to book a flight. We know you're going to be booking a flight. So we're slowly going to raise the price to get more money out of you, as opposed to if you pull up incognito, from their perspective, it's a fresh start where you're like, oh, I'm looking to book a flight. Huge pro tip, right? But anyway, getting to the point of this video in terms of what does this have to do with the Amex card? And the reason why I'm saying all this is because Uber does this a lot. Like in my situation, when we were using, everything was the same. They were charging her more money. In addition, there have been times where I'm going with my friends, they charge one of my friends more than me, or even vice versa, right? And then when it comes to this situation, I have mentioned it too that, when it comes to Uber One, I personally don't think Uber One's worth it. Now, for some people, they do. If you use Uber religiously, okay, maybe. But when it comes to Uber One, there have been some reports of, like, say, this weird thing where you go to take an Uber One and it's 6% Uber credit back. But then it begs this question, are you actually saving money? Because when it comes to this Uber credit, it has been somewhat documented that you have credit. Like say someone buys me, you buy me, like say a $50 Uber card, and I put that Uber credit in my account. They're having reports, like I showed you here, like say when it comes to Reddit, and other people are anecdotally saying, when I have some form of credit with Uber, they're charging me more because it's maybe their way of trying to get money back. There's a lot of, I will say this, a lot of interesting things you learn when it comes to being an accountant. I was just, I'm a former accountant, but I'm not your accountant, right? But one really kind of messed up fact is when grocery stores, restaurant chains, and more ask you, like, hey, and it seems good at first. They ask you, like, hey, do you want to donate to these children's hospital? Round up your order, and like say you round to the nearest dollar, so 50 cents gets donated to the children's hospital. Or do you want to give $1 or $2 or $3 to this one organization? And usually it's a good cause, usually. But here's the way it works. Those companies, a lot of times, pocket the money that you give them. And you may be wondering, like, wait a minute, is this illegal? No, here's what's happening. What these companies do is, like, say, Joe Schmo's grocery store, Joe Schmo's chain restaurant. What they do is they donate, like, say, $10,000 to the children's fund every year. They donate, like, say, $100,000 to this one hospital every year. And so by asking you for that money at the register, they're hoping they can almost recoup their initial donation back, maybe even then some, but recoup their initial donation back. So in a sense, yes, you are technically, in some ways, donating to it if you think of it like that. But in a lot of ways, you're actually not. You're actually just giving that money back into the business and hoping to kind of recoup their investment. As some of them look at it like that, just to get money back. But anyway, going a bit down the rabbit hole there. But overall, I think this is something that maybe you're seeing Uber doing when it comes to Amex Platinum cards. That Uber's saying for maybe a few different reasons. One, maybe it's the credit. Like that comment said on TikTok, how they're saying, hey, you know what? This is the way of getting the reimbursement. Like I just said, when it comes to a lot of restaurants and grocery stores examples, where they initially donate to this great cause, and usually it is a good cause, they donate to this really good organization, this nonprofit, this whatever, and they're just hoping to recoup their money back by asking you to donate at the checkout. Maybe in a similar way, this is what Uber's doing. They're just saying, hey, we know we're going to give you credit on the house because you're using an Amex Platinum card, but guess what? We're still going to try to get our money back from you. Another thing I wonder if maybe because if you think about it, typically these credit cards are more expensive. Typically, people who have more money are using American Express and the Platinum cards and everything. It could maybe be that Uber says, hey, you know what? We think that maybe we can get more money, like I mentioned way in the beginning, of this kind of video, how you talk about the J&D, the just noticeable difference. Maybe the J&D for someone who has an American Express card is a lot higher. That maybe to someone like that who has more money, they assume they're willing to spend more of an upcharge. So Uber's willing to test them more, as opposed to like say someone who has like a Visa gift card, right? Okay, these are all theories. It is tough to say. Like I did do some research. Is there any hard evidence? And according to Uber, no. Yes, dynamic pricing does exist when it comes to surging, but according to Uber, they don't charge you anymore if you use an American Express card or not. Also, according to Uber, this has also been another thing that has been talked about a lot. There's a myth going around for a while, tough to say if it's true or not, that if your phone was on low battery, like let's say your phone was on 10% or 5%, Uber would charge you more because they assume, hey, if your phone's about to die, you're a bit more desperate to spend whatever you can to get home or to get to your next destination because your phone's about to die. And of course, once it dies, no more Ubers, right? I still don't know if that one's true. I hate to say it, I could see Uber doing it, but it seemed like that one was more of a myth. It seemed like that was more of a myth, but then again, I don't know. I think this is the problem with dynamic pricing that in some ways I get it. As a former Uber driver and Lyft driver, might as well mention that. As a former driver, I get it because what Uber says, like say on a Friday night, which makes a lot of sense. I think most people kind of get it when it comes to surging, is they're saying, hey, there's a lot of traffic right now. There's a lot of people ordering Ubers, like say on a Friday night, going out to the bar, going out to the club, going to an event or whatever. So Uber says, we're going to charge more for people with the main mentality of trying to incentivize drivers. So we're going to say to drivers, hey, if you come out and drive on a Friday night, we're going to pay you more because we need people. It's high demand. It's the same thing why, like say a lot of like businesses, if this is very common practice, will pay you like time and a half when it's a holiday because it might be a huge rush. This is why a lot of bars, I remember, would pay the bartenders an insane amount on like say like New Year's Eve especially, or Halloween night, or a big night, because they're like, hey, we need staff. It's going to be swamped. We need staff. And that's what Uber kind of does as well, being like, hey, we need people. We need drivers. We need staff, essentially, is what they're doing. We need staff, so we're going to pay you more. And I think people get that when it comes to the surging. And I think the issue with that, though, is people become now too used to a crazy world of dynamic pricing. Like I mentioned, when it comes to, like, say, getting gas, you might look at, I don't know, let's say 25 to 50 cents difference, maybe max $1 per gallon, maximum. In extreme cases, but usually, I don't know, maybe 50 cents difference. So we use dynamic pricing in a lot of instances. But I think the thing with Uber is there's been times where a ride that I took that was normally $30 could be as high as 80, 90, or 100. Triple the price. And we're kind of used to that. And I think as a result, Uber has, for better or for worse, in this case, more likely for worse, I just want to say, for better or for worse, Uber now realizes, like, wait a minute, people are so used to dynamic pricing, we can do it anytime we want, however we want. And like I showed you in that TikTok, in that example, it is crazy to see that it's like, wait a minute, this person just literally in a 30-second, 20-second reel, 20, 30-second short TikTok video, they showed that within seconds, the price was what, $13 difference or whatever it was, going from American Express to Visa. And hate to say it, I guarantee they're not the only ones. And it is one of those tricky things because it's like, is it something to do with the American Express card specifically? Is it something with that credit card? In addition, I did read this on Reddit and other reports. Sometimes American Express can charge higher fees. So it could be possible. Again, I always like to look at both sides, look at every angle. It could be possible that maybe when it comes to American Express, Uber says, hey, you know what, we need to charge a little bit more because of how much these credit card companies charge in terms of American Express. So, and that sometimes that does happen. That is actually potentially true that American Express can charge a little bit more from the client. Maybe that's it. Is it also the credit aspect? Like I mentioned as well, like the person mentioned on Reddit, how when they got like a $50 Uber gift card, I don't think they mentioned the amount, but when they got an Uber gift card and when they went to book another Uber ride or an Uber ride after that, theirs was insanely more expensive. And maybe it's Uber's way of saying, hey, because you're not paying this out of pocket in a sense, we think we can charge more from you. Because you might be getting $15 a month in Uber credit from an American Express, we could charge more from you because in your mind, it's not hitting your bank account. Same thing with the gift card or a lot of other situations. Now, again, I want to say this. I do like to look at both sides. A lot of this is speculation in the sense that who knows exactly what's going on behind the scenes. But like I mentioned with the example of me and one of my friends going out, and this had nothing to do with credit cards, just in general, how it was a $10 difference. 15 to 16 bucks versus a $20 to $25 difference. 15 to 16 bucks versus 25 or 26. $10 difference. That's a good amount for a pretty not expensive ride. In addition, people talking about Uber One potentially charging people more money. People getting charged more for their Uber credits and their Uber gift cards. And then you look at, like I mentioned as well, and like we just saw in 4K, basically how they got charged within seconds significantly more money when using American Express as opposed to them using their Visa gift card. The math is not mathing here. And again, I don't know what the solution is. I don't exactly know what's going on behind the scenes. Let me know what you think in the comments, but something's going on.